We all send Bitcoin transactions, but let me ask you something. How many of you actually calculate the fee before you send the transaction and optimize the fee so the transaction is cheaper before you hit send? Most people don't, and that's exactly why most people overpay Bitcoin fees. Here's the surprise. Bitcoin fees have nothing to do with how much Bitcoin you send. Sending $10 or $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, the fee can be almost the same. So then what actually determines a Bitcoin transaction fee? Is it a percentage, the amount, network congestion? In a few minutes, I'll break this down completely. Bitcoin doesn't charge based on value. Bitcoin charges based on data. And this is where most people get it wrong. Your fee depends on how much transaction data you create and how many satoshis per VByte you're willing to pay. But that raises an important question. Why does one Bitcoin transaction have more data than another? Because your Bitcoin address type matters more than you think. Before we calculate fees, you need to understand this. Today you'll mostly see three Bitcoin address types. The pay to witness public key hash. The prefix starts with BC1Q. It has 42 characters. The pay to witness script hash. Again, the prefix starts with BC1Q, but this time it has 62 characters. And lastly, we have the taproot address, whose prefix starts with BC1P, and it also has 62 characters. Different address type means different transaction size. But why does size matter so much? Here's the formula almost nobody uses, but everyone should know. Total transaction fee is equal to the transaction size times the fee rate. That's it. No guessing, no magic. Now let's break this down. The fee rate is dynamic. It changes every minute. You can see it live on mempool.space. But there's still one missing piece. How do you know your transaction size before you send it? Because Bitcoin transactions are built from inputs and outputs. And this is where most fees are wasted. Inputs are the UTXOs you're spending. More inputs, more data, higher fees. Outputs are how much Bitcoin you're sending and who can spend it next. Outputs create new ownership. If you have many small UTXOs, your transaction will be much more expensive. Before this video ends, I'll make a real Bitcoin transaction and show you the fee live. No theory, no estimates, real Bitcoin. Let's see on mempool.space how much is the Bitcoin transaction fee. For low priority, it's 0.4 sat per VByte, medium priority 0.8, and high priority 2 sats per VByte. I want to put my transaction at the high priority, so 2 sats per VByte will be. You can see I have some Bitcoin here in my Ledger wallet, and let's calculate the transaction fee. My type of address is this one, so I'm going to select that one. Number of inputs will be 1, number of outputs 2. This comes out to be 140 VBytes. I'll use Gamma to create my Bitcoin transaction and op return. Create on Bitcoin. I'm looking to create inscription text. Then I'll enter my text I want to inscribe in Bitcoin. Input the Bitcoin address. Confirm and pay. Pay with wallet. Confirm the transaction. After some time, if I check out my Bitcoin address on mempool.space like this, we can see my transaction was successfully mined on the blockchain. And just like we calculated, I paid 1 sat per VByte. I had around 140-150 data, and I paid this amount for the Bitcoin transaction fee. We can see in this transaction, if I open the transaction, we can see here, if I scroll down, we can see I have 1 input and 2 outputs. We can even visualize the flow here. I have 1 input, this amount of Bitcoin, and I send to this and this address. And basically I inscribed my quote successfully forever now on the Bitcoin blockchain. We can visualize details here. If I press, we can see we have inscribed successfully our quote on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is in hexadecimal format. The quote itself in hexadecimal format. If you want to consult with me personally, email me at victor@hitros.io. And until next time, peace out.